Very good evening to all the one and all. Welcome to the Leaders Connect, an online leadership community, the episode 44, where leaders create more leaders, organized by the Mask Leadership. And my name is Rekha, and I'm an interior designer. Leaders Connect is started with a specific object of creating 1,000 plus leaders, where all the working professionals and the business people share their real-time challenges, either leading self, leading others, or leading the business on our website www.themaskleadership.com. We see all the challenges, filter them, and every week on Wednesdays, we invite a top management leader from corporate company who will be giving solutions to our real-time challenges on leadership. Then, then when we call as leaders, create more leaders.
So definitely, yes, Willis. Almost most of our leaders are here, understand these concepts and slowly getting into the implementation. But when it comes to really an application of resilience is where the challenges are. So there are a couple of questions from our members as well as who have come out with a few more questions, which I will also ask one of our members, in fact, Mr. Prabhakar, and also will be asking you future real-time challenges in terms of this resilience or in terms of this remote working as well. And let me introduce Mr. Prabhakaran to you, Mr. Willis. Mr. Prabhakaran G is part of the company called mybigbreak.com, where they help most of the senior professional leaders in terms of aligning with respect to moving to the next company. So in terms of resume or whatever, all those aspects, so which is also necessary. So great going, Prabhakaran G. Over to you to go ahead with the question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prakash ji. And wonderful.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Willis sir. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. So my question here is, earlier, remote working used to be only with leaders because of their long journeys, travel across the world, or global leaders. Now, because of their diversified locations, it was remote working. Now that we have everybody, even within the city, working remote working, how is the future going to be in this?
Very good question. Thank you so much. Wonderful. It's a good question. Thank you for that question. And to be honest with you, this is what is playing on each of our minds. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have a crystal ball that I can really gaze into the future and tell you what it is, but I can give you my perspectives. And what I definitely see is that when we are looking at today and for the last 18 months, with that as a background, I can give you some insights what the future could look like. Number one, I don't know, this is my personal belief. I would say that hybrid working is here to stay. So there is going to be a combination of both of what people in schools and colleges, they call it offline, which means you go to school and college, and when you're online, it's like the virtually led instructor training. But in the corporate world, you call it remote working, or you call it at office. So that's the combination we're talking about here when I say hybrid. It's going to be a mix of both for sure. I'll give you the reasons why I believe in this. Number one is that earlier, like you rightly said, people were looking at remote working means outside of the country, and then now it's in the city. Sometimes it's next door in your next flat, probably. Your manager sitting in the next flat, probably, and kind of listening to you on a face-to-face virtual call. So the reason why I say it's going to be a hybrid is because if you look at the length and scope of the benefits that companies are deriving from this is huge. And then I'll also give you the advantages that you and I can gauge and leverage from this. Number one, let me address the company aspect of it. The organizations are obviously saving on a lot of overheads. They're looking at a lot of efficiencies. In fact, efficiencies have not dipped. By and large, if you look at any research paper, they're talking about efficiencies having gone up, not just by productivity, because productivity will definitely show some increases because of overheads being lessened and reduced. So that given apart, I'm saying even from the productivity of the employees or the workers, except for the factories where you have to be there for nuts and bolts, that will continue to a large extent. But with AI and with machine learning and big data playing a huge part in it, even that will change. Trust me, that's going to change as well. If any of you have looked at the recent scooter, there's a new brand coming in the market. I don't want to, for commercial reasons, people think I'm associated with that brand, but there is a new electric scooter coming in the market, and it's a real hit. It will tell you literally what you're thinking in your mind. Is that sensitive, which has so much of intelligence mixed in it. So if you look at from the companies, they're benefiting. Now look at the employees. How are they benefiting? Let me give you the top 3 reasons why you and I should believe in this hybrid model. Number 1, we're talking about today, it's being a global workforce. Let me give you a reason why I say this global workforce. If you as an employer want to look for people earlier, you'll say, okay, let me go to the belt of Chennai because I have triple qualified chartered accountants, MBAs, and company secretaries probably. But if I go to another city, I may not get that. Today, what's happening is I can pick and choose. I just go remote and just say, I want, this is my platter. And then everyone could, from any part of the globe, can apply. So you're not in a localized, talent pool, you're in a global talent pool. That's number 1. So which means your opportunities get bigger. The second one is the universities. I've got, when my son just now finished his 10th standard, the poor guy did not see the school even one day. And there he is. And today, and if you look back 10 years ago, and if your parents told you that you're going to your 10th class, please study well, please do this, please do that. But you don't go to school one day and yet you'll pass. How would you have felt that? Wow. It would have been music to your ears because I don't have to go, yay, hooray, hooray, right? But the point is, today, it's given as an accepted factor, right? So now when you look at the universities, look at all our free courses. You look at, there are so many. There is, Udemy, there is, LinkedIn Learning, there is Share, there's massive open online courses. So a lot of these people have opened up the universities to take in your classes from wherever you are in the globe. So universities have changed, the employment has changed. Now, look at the salaries and the benefits. That also is going to change. Let me tell you, I won't tell you it's going to increase or decrease because then someone's going to ask me, will it increase or decrease? Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. But trust me, that is going to change as well. So if you look at it in short to your answer, to your question, Prabhakarji, I would tell you it's going to be a hybrid model. It's not going to be the same, 9 to 6, people clocking in and clocking out. They're taking biometrics before you enter in, biometric before you go out. Don't be surprised if people walk in with jeans and t-shirts from the earlier must-do, suited, booted, and tie. So there's going to be a change, yeah. So I definitely reckon there's going to be a lot of change that is here. And if you were to look at it with resilience, and that's where this topic plays a very important role, you will come out trumps. But if you look at it that, oh, it's a headache, I cannot manage my wife, my children, my neighbors, the vendors on the road, everyone is screaming and, then you have a challenge. But if you embrace it, and that's why I gave that example of the salmon, you got to, as a leader, you got to take it upstream. Take the challenges on, and I'm sure everything will be well. But yes, a hybrid model is here to stay.
Wow.
I hope I answered your question, Mr. Prabhakar.
Beautiful, beautiful, sir. And many of the answer and that hybrid is going to stay is our takeaway from here.
Great.
Thank you.
Most
And
welcome.